WFG pyramid scheme!
Gregg, how come you reported my WFG Part 3 video for defamation and got it taken down?
Say WFG's a pyramid scheme.
I have made 3 different videos infiltrating World Financial Group, both through their in-person and Zoom meetings. And in my experience on the inside, I have noticed that they focus on one thing: recruiting. After I made part 3, which was my longest, most in-depth breakdown of a multi-level marketing company ever, I thought I was done talking about World Financial Group. But when somebody messaged me on Instagram telling me that they were having their annual charity hockey game at West Edmonton Mall, I couldn't resist the opportunity to go and visit a bunch of WFG members in person at the same time. There's one thing I want to address before we get into it, because this is the thing that I'm sure WFG is going to use to try to demonize me in this video, and that is the idea that I was in some way sabotaging an event that's raising money for sick kids. This is not true. While the hockey game is used to promote their annual charity to the Stollery Children's Hospital and give them an excuse to have a hockey game, the actual fundraising element of it takes place later on in the evening at their gala, which is a ticketed event. I did not attend or disrupt the gala in any way, shape, or form. There was no donation box or clipboard or designated area for people to donate during the game. In my opinion, it was just for publicity and for fun. As far as I saw, they could have removed the hockey game from the agenda completely and it wouldn't have made a difference regarding the actual charity. And when it comes to how effective they've actually been at raising money for this charity, keep watching because I'm going to address that later.
There they are. This game actually happens to be taking place on April 1st, April Fool's Day. What are the odds? Hey, Ben! Ben! Good job! How's it going? Do you remember me? Keep up the good work!
Yeah, he said, is that Marco? This gentleman right here, I think he goes to my gym. He said, is that Marco?
The guy I'm talking to here is this guy, Ben Hilborn. I messaged him on Instagram 2 years ago saying this: "Hey Ben, I'm the guy who made the 2 videos about WFG being a pyramid scheme last year in Edmonton. I'm working on part 3 right now and was wondering if you would like to engage in a friendly debate on my YouTube live stream this weekend to change my mind about the company." He responded to this, in my opinion, very polite message by immediately blocking me. Now, whenever this happens, whenever I message someone who's in an MLM and I try to have a friendly discussion with them and they immediately block me, I always post it on my Instagram story to make a point about how these people who are so deeply indoctrinated into MLM cults are so resistant to any sort of, I won't even say criticism, just like dialogue, outside dialogue about their company. And to me, that really highlights how effective the brainwashing from their mentors is. So after I posted that on my story, one of my followers messaged Ben and said, "Why don't you debate Marco?" And his response was, "You guys are fucking losers, get a life." Charming. Then this made me laugh. Somebody else who follows me messaged Ben pretending to be like a hater of mine just to see what he would say. And they said, "I believe you're not a scammer and people like Marco should be jailed." And Ben says, "I agree, man. His cyberbullying could legitimately hurt people psychologically and probably has made people contemplate S. It's a fucked up world we live in. How many people thrive off shit like that? And how many people jump on his shitty bandwagon of hate?" Hey Ben, you know what hurts people psychologically and makes them contemplate S? Losing their life savings and personal relationships to a pyramid scheme. I also love his little reaction here when he sees me, just the eyebrow raise and turning his head back slowly the other way. I mean, you had pretty strong words to say about me, Ben, and now here I am in front of you, in public, in the real world, where I'm massively outnumbered and you're in full hockey pads. I don't know, I just thought there would be a bit more there, but I guess not.
Yeah, Ben! Ben, get after it, Ben! Do a pyramid formation, Ben! It's the only way to the top. The bottom is too crowded.
As for the other gentleman there who was saying, "Is that Marco?" and who I said, "I think he goes to my gym," it turns out he actually does go to my gym. His name is Jarek Chin, and he was the team captain for the Edmonton WFG team that day. I actually saw him at the gym only a couple days after filming this video, and he was there with his WFG branded water bottle, so there's no mistaking him. I know it's him. I found a video on Jarek's Facebook page from the gala later that night where he talks about the first hockey game 12 years ago. So I'm assuming he's been in WFG at least 12 years. On Jarek's Facebook page, he said, "Our goal is to raise $120,000 to bring our last 6-year total to $500,000 for the Stollery." More than a week after the event, I went to the actual donation page on the Stollery website, and this is what it showed me. WFG Calgary team raised $1,650 out of their $10,000 goal, and Edmonton raised $3,300 out of their $10,000 goal. Now, it is possible that these were just donations made in advance before the event and that the gala actually raised a lot more money than this. So check this out. This is the poster for the event. And mind you, these tickets are being sold to people who are in World Financial Group, not to people out there in the world who want to support this, people who are in the company. Tickets are being sold for $150 per person or a table of 10 for $1,400. Based on some of the videos I saw, there were a lot of people there. So is it possible that they raised this amount of money? Sure. But even so, I still stand behind the opinion that this was, more than anything, a publicity event to make them look good, and that the actual amount of money that they've raised over the past however many years they've done this is insignificant to the amount that they've generated, especially so when you consider how they've generated that money. The rebuttal to this opinion will probably be something like, well, Marco, how much have you raised for charity since you want to criticize other people about how they're not doing enough? And my answer to that is this: my ongoing act of charity is saving consumers millions of dollars that they would have otherwise spent on a multi-level marketing scam like WFG.
Pardon me? Come on, what?
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, I'm going to the other side, actually.
Okay.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Thanks.
Pyramid scheme. Woo! WFG's a pyramid scheme. Woo! Yes! WFG pyramid scheme. Woo! WFG is a pyramid scheme. Ref, did you know WFG is a pyramid scheme? Ref? Sorry.
Oh, no.
Don't mean to be right all on you. I'm just trying to get a peek. What is this for?
A charity thing.
Oh, it's a charity for Stollery, I'm guessing.
You
Okay,
betcha.
cool.
Calgary versus Edmonton.
Oh, okay.
They're-
But it's like, are these actually the Calgary, like,
No, this
oh,
is our financial firm.
oh, a financial firm.
So it's
Okay,
probably
cool.
some of the most low-grade hockey you'll see.
Gotcha.
We've got a gala going tonight as well.
Oh, the gala. Okay. That's probably over at, what's it called?
My number's on there. If you want to give me a yell, I can help you with
Mark. Okay, thank you, Mark.
Yeah,
My name's Marco.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Nice to
appreciate
meet
that.
you. Who are you
Nice to
with?
meet you. Oh, I'm just by myself. I just was wondering what this
cool,
was. I'm
yeah.
just walking around the mall.
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw your ring, and I thought maybe this
Yeah,
guy
this
knows
is
what
the
he's talking
company,
about.
yeah.
Yeah, can I take a peek at it?
Absolutely.
That's nice.
Yeah, we've
That's a
been
nice
doing
thing.
it for 19 years.
19
Hey, man,
years,
how you
gotcha.
doing?
Okay, cool. All right, well, sorry to take your time.
No,
Really
no problem
appreciate
at all.
that. Thank
Give
you.
me a call.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. So as you saw, I just talked to a guy who had a big World Financial Group ring on and a nice suit. He obviously belongs here. He knows what he's doing here. He gave me a pen, and his pen says Success by Design Incorporated, sbdfinancial.ca. Notice it doesn't say World Financial Group. And when I asked him what the company was or who's putting this on, he said, it's our financial firm. Notice they avoid saying World Financial Group, even though the logo that says World Financial Group is all over their jerseys and hats and swag and his ring. Stuff like this is an intentional misdirection. It's all subterfuge. They won't give you a straight answer because if you go on YouTube and you search WFG, what's the number one thing that's gonna pop up? Me. And if it wasn't me, it would be some other video telling you how it's a scam.
What you're looking at here is the Success by Design website. It says empowering individuals and families with financial education, blah, blah, blah. Some stock images of different, I guess, successes. Family, a couple in a kitchen, a girl in a field, a car, some vague financial services they offer, and then this guy shaking your hand with his left hand. At the bottom, there is a form to fill out so you can get more information. If you click connect with us, it also takes you to the form. There is an agent login page that takes you to this screen where unless you have the password, it's just a dead end. Now, I would bet you that on the other side of this page is a page that clearly says World Financial Group. Anywhere else on the page that you can actually click takes you to this form where you would have to give your information in order to get any other information back. Tell me, what kind of legitimate company needs to do stuff like this? They can't even tell you their name? I could maybe understand somebody not being able to tell you the exact specifics of what they do depending on the nature of their work. Like, for example, if somebody worked for the Secret Service, I could understand why they were keeping it a secret. But aren't you guys selling insurance? Why the secrecy? My opinion? Because it's a commercial cult and a pyramid scheme masquerading as a legitimate financial services company.
We just missed it, but there was a penalty. A fight broke out between the Edmonton and Calgary teams. A little scammer on scammer violence. Terrible. Hey, Stollery Bear, can I take a photo with you? Oh, good. Good. Say WFG's a pyramid scheme. Great, thank you. Thank you.
What you doing here today?
Me, I'm just watching the hockey game and got my friend here filming. We're filming
Okay.
together, yeah.
Is that sign yours?
Pardon me?
That sign?
That sign's mine, yep.
Okay.
Yep. You wanna see it?
Yeah, sure.
Yep, nothing harmful.
Nothing harmful?
Nope.
A charity event, that's not harmful at a charity event?
I know it is a charity event. However,
That's Stollery.
Yeah, no, I seen the bear earlier. My stance is that the money that they do give to charity, I don't question at all, but the money they get is from scamming people. I'm just holding my sign. It's a hockey game. Some people have a sign that says boo the other team. I'm booing both teams. I don't, you know what I mean?
But since it is a Stollery Children event, would you mind just getting on top of the sign?
All right, so West Edmonton Mall security didn't want us in there with the sign or with my professional camera anymore because they got complaints. They were actually really cool. So they said I can go back and I can attend the hockey game and film with my phone. So let's go back in.
Now, while the hockey game was going on, I realized there was probably people setting up the gala over on the other side of the mall at the Fantasyland Hotel. So this would be an opportunity for me to go there and see the setup before it actually kicked off.
Here we are, we're in the Fantasyland Hotel on the 3rd floor where World Financial Group is doing their yearly fundraiser gala. Wow, amazing. I gotta get a picture with this thing. In approximately 1 hour, this place is going to be full of WFG scammers. Let's go over here and see the prizes.
It's not really open yet. Come back at 5.
In 5 minutes?
No, at 5 o'clock.
I'm just doing it for the social media.
You are. You can come back at 5.
A lot of prizes to be had here.
Excuse me. Can you kick him out?
Good
He's not allowed
stuff.
to be in here.
He's a funny guy, isn't he?
I'm dead serious. He's not allowed to be in here. He doesn't have a ticket.
It hasn't started yet.
You have a ticket?
Do you?
I do. I paid to be here. All your followers are making fun of you're gonna make fun of someone who's raising money for a charity, eh? That really shows who you are.
If I made $100,000 a year from scamming people and then I donated $1,000, does that make me a good guy?
You're a good guy.
I know I'm a good guy. What's your name?
Doesn't matter.
Exactly. Just pure cowardice. You want to critique me publicly and say stuff about my followers. You won't even say your name. What's your name, big guy?
My name's Dan.
Dan what?
Dan, that's good enough for you.
There you go. All right, Dan, have a good one.
Good enough. Get up.
Have a good one. Be blessed, Dan. Keep up the good work.
Get on your channel.
Keep up the good work. Yeah.
All 5 viewers.
All right.
Now, I was actually very generous here when I made the analogy of making $100,000 a year and then donating $1,000, because that would mean I donated 1% of everything I earned. But WFG makes hundreds of millions of dollars every single year, and according to Jarek's Facebook, the total amount they've raised is less than $500,000 in 6 years. At this point, the hockey game was almost over, so I went back to the ice rink area to hopefully get a chance to talk to someone very special.
My boy Gregg Strynadka right there. Pretty sure Gregg is the one who got my WFG Part 3 video taken down for defamation. He was also in my WFG Part 2 video, although we only heard his voice. He was kicking me out of their office back in 2019.
By the way, this guy who is standing right next to Jarek on the Edmonton bench is Cameron Agnew. He was in my WFG Part 3 video on a Zoom presentation for the WFG business opportunity. On that Zoom call, Cameron was bragging about how WFG has provided him and his wife their dream house, their dream car, and their dream life. And he goes on to introduce Gregg as one of the top entrepreneurs in Canada who makes a multiple 7-figure income.
Gregg, how's business? How are ya? Gregg, how come you reported my WFG Part 3 video for defamation and got it taken down? Hey? Did you forget English? I know you can hear me. I don't know where you plan on going, but I can walk for a long time, Gregg. Are you just gonna ignore me the whole time? I can keep walking. Hey, Gregg, we're both in public. We're 2 adults. Oh, he's speed walking. Gregg, do you want to just have a chat? No? Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, that's who he was on the phone with, I'm guessing. What? Pardon me?
Where you guys park, it's time to go.
Am I getting kicked out?
Yeah, you guys both have 24-hour bans for harassment.
How come?
You can't be going up to people, recording them, trying to tap them, get their attention.
I'm in public. That's a gentleman in public. I'm allowed to talk.
Property.
Yeah, but he doesn't own the place. I'm allowed to talk to a person in public.
I'm an agent of the property, so I can kick you guys out for any reason that I see fit.
Gregg was on the phone with security before he came out there so that they were giving him an escort, basically. It's pure cowardice, as you can tell by the 2 actual direct confrontations we had with people today. Real, regular, legitimate business people don't operate in this way. Appreciate you guys being cooperative. Have a good rest of your day. Sorry they're wasting your guys' resources.
All good.
Have a good one. We only got issued 24-hour bans from West Edmonton Mall. I think I'll recover from that. How about you?
I think so too.
Yeah.
The security followed us all the way to my car to make sure we were actually leaving. Looking back over the footage for this video, I noticed Gregg glancing over at me during the first encounter that we had with the mall security. So he knew I was there, and I'm almost certain that he was on the phone with security right before he left that little viewing area and I went up to talk to him. The opportunity I had last month to speak at a conference about multi-level marketing in Washington, D.C., allowed me to make some friends at the Federal Trade Commission, and I've since made some friends at the Canadian Competition Bureau as well. On the day that I was returning home from that conference, I was also celebrating my 27th birthday. Gregg, I am a young, capable, intelligent man with resources and connections. I am not married. I do not have children. I promise you, I will not stop until WFG is shut down or until its top promoters are in jail. Now, WFG is owned by a company called Aegon, and it is part of what they call their TFN, Transamerica Financial Network, which includes several companies, one of which is WFG. I found this on Aegon's website while I was making this video. It says that in 2020, they sold a building in San Francisco called the Pyramid Building, which they owned for almost 50 years. In the article, it says, Transamerica will continue to use the pyramid as its logo and trademark. It's like they can't help but to give subtle little hints, almost as if to brag about what they're getting away with. Just 2 days after the hockey game, an article from Investment Executive came out saying this: the FSRA, Financial Services Regulatory Authority of Ontario, is planning an enforcement on WFG, which would require them to submit detailed information on every one of its 10,000 plus affiliated agents in Ontario over concerns that agents are selling complex products without being properly monitored. This would add merit to my opinion that WFG agents are grossly undereducated about financial products and services and are actually encouraged to focus more on recruiting new agents. In the April 3rd enforcement notice, the FSRA said, WFG operates on a tiered recruitment-based model with 10 levels, from training associate up to executive chairman. Agents selling complex coverages such as universal life should be trained to ensure such products are sold based on client need. As mentioned in the article, this is not the norm of how business is done for non-multi-level marketing insurance companies. And during the making of this video, I spoke to several actual insurance professionals who told me that permanent insurance, like the kind WFG sells, is very rarely the best option for the end client. The FSRA alleges that there are things about WFG's operation that may raise reasonable grounds about WFG's suitability to be licensed. What they are describing, without saying it directly, is a pyramid scheme where recruits sell the most expensive and complex policy to whoever it is, even if it's the next person that they recruit, with very little training or understanding about what it is they're actually selling, because the most expensive policies pay the biggest commissions, and multiple people in that multi-level chain are getting paid from a single commission, so it needs to be big. Once again, it is my opinion that World Financial Group is a pyramid scheme and that you should stay away.